What is up? My friends, good morning. It is an absolutely beautiful Wednesday morning here in Arkansas. No, it's Wednesday morning here in Arkansas. Yeah, it's enchilada day. Oh, man, I just keep getting thrown off by this, the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I took a little break. Wasn't feeling good. When I'm in no position to give someone advice on how to live or how to feel better, why in the hell would I get on here and fake it? So I just didn't for a minute, because when I feel like shit, I'm not inspirational. I just wanted to log in this morning, for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I wanted to let you know that I love you, and I care about you, and I'm thinking about you, and that you are a badass. Whatever you've been through to this point that has molded you to be the person you are, all those trials and tribulations, all of the shit that's happened to you, proves you're a badass, because you're still here, you're still kicking, you're still going. You made it to today. Now, just make it to tomorrow. You get enough tomorrows between you and the issue that's bothering you, and it seems like a small thing. Because you're a badass. All right. First thing. Happy Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. I want to say thank you to my little brother and all my friends who are police officers and all the people who give of their life to be police officers. And you think about it, a lot of people join the military, and that's most of the time 4 to 10 years. Most of the time. There are a lot of lifetime people, but that's basically what most people do. One tour, maybe come back for a little bit more. But when you join the police force, that's a lifetime job for almost all of them. Well, the ones who are cut out to be cops, anyway. So, yeah. Thank you, police officers. When I was young, I kind of didn't like cops, but it turns out that policing has changed. All right. Trump versus Chancy last night. So, President Trump came out, stated his case. I thought it was, he did a better job than I thought he would. And, I was not blown away, but really surprised at how well he did at controlling himself, stating facts. He said nothing that could be disputed or fact-checked as wrong. Yet, I've seen ABC and NBC both do a fact check. Trump said blah, blah, blah. They're all talking about there's not a crisis. I would call children dying and people dying in the desert trying to come here illegally a crisis. If you don't think people dying on the way, going through a desert when they can follow a road to a port of entry, if you don't think that's a crisis, there's something wrong. So, ports of entry are for people to come into our country. They go, they say, I'd like to seek asylum. I'm turning myself into you. Illegal border crossings are for people who want to sneak in. And then the liberal left, or Democrats, have made it so that all they have to do is just say, I was claiming asylum. I got lost going through a desert hundreds of miles to try and bypass border security. Thank God you found me. I want to claim asylum. You see, they've got it set up so that no matter what happens, you can't just, they don't want you to be able to deport these people back to their home countries for trying to sneak in. They're just saying all these people are asylum seekers. Doesn't make any damn sense at all. So we need to change some laws. So you had Trump come up and do his thing. And I encourage you all to watch it, especially if you don't like the president, because he was the most presidential I've ever seen him be last night in that little short video. Then you have the Chancy response. Chuck and Nancy. Both of them stiff as a board. Lying their fucking asses off. They say it's not a crisis. Again, people are dying trying to come into our country. The wrong way. Because we're allowing them to come in the wrong way. There's no impediment through a lot of the Texas border. And then there's a lot of it that doesn't even need to be worked on. We don't need a border from coast to coast. And that's not what the president wants. He never said that. He switched it over to steel. Because steel will help because Democrats say that's a fence, not a concrete wall. So he changed. He's giving. The president has done nothing but try and meet these people in the middle, and they've done nothing but rebuke him. No compromise at all from these people. I, for one, encourage our president to not give in. Hold his ground. Find other things that he can shut down or stop or fuck up for them. What he should do is say, we're not signing any bills until this is taken care of. That's what he should say. Chuck McConnell should back him up on that. We're not running anything through the Senate until this gets solved. It's important. It's a crisis. Now, by having a wall, what are we doing? Are you stopping anyone from claiming asylum? No. Not one person will be stopped from claiming asylum. No one wants to stop them from claiming asylum. In fact, we want them to. We want more people to claim asylum rather than sneak into the country. The only reason Democrats don't want the wall is because Donald Trump wants the wall. They themselves, Nancy Pelosi, voted twice for it. Chuck Schumer and Nancy both are on video. Actually, most Democrats who have been around for a while are on video, including Barack Obama. In fact, they're on video pushing for a border wall or fence or barrier or whatever the fuck. So they're replacing old, shitty palisades and barricades with actual steel slat wall right now in Texas. They've built 75 miles or 25 miles. These are pieces of I-beam that are welded like a jack. You know, the ball and jack that when you were kids, if you were my age, that you played with. That's what these things look like. Just so you can't drive through, right? But if you hook a big truck up to one, you could pull the fucker out of the way and drive on in. Nothing stops you from just walking in. So what they're doing is they're moving them out of the way and planting wall sections. That's new wall. Because there wasn't a wall there in the first place. It's not a technical term. It's actual truth. Chuck and Nancy stood up there, stiff as a board. Nancy sucking on her damn teeth again. Looked like idiots. I mean, it was ridiculous. They had no argument. They had nothing. They all come out. All of these people, Nadler, all of them. He's going to come up here and lie. We're going to be fact-checking. He's fear-mongering and trying to scare you and blah, 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 blah. He come out and stated fact. Fact. indisputable fact. And what they did was talking points. They didn't dispute any of the things he said, other than there is a crisis where children are dying, people are dying in the desert. They didn't dispute any of that. All they did was come out and repeat the same dumb shit they've always said. Let's get behind our president. Hug a cop when you see one today. Show love to everybody. I love you. Go get some enchiladas, by the way. Have a good one.
Lil Doggy!